Hello everyone, my name's the Fireman and welcome back to another vlog. So here we are with the two beasts, the John Deere 2140 and the 6610. Everyone was quite surprised or quite shocked when I said I was buying another tractor, as always. So of course we've got the 6610, which has done all the hay work this year and has done an amazing job, and is actually the most reliable thing I think I've ever owned. But I did a hay job for someone who had this tractor, and he had quite a few others. If you remember me telling you about a Massey Ferguson Industrial I was going to get, it's the same guy. But he had this up the corner of the shed, and it had a clutch problem with it. All the fluid had drained out the clutch, and a steering problem, which, you know, he wasn't very technically minded. So we said, okay, well, I said, can I come have a look? Changed my mind, I don't want the Massey, can I come have a look? So I've come out and had a look at it. What it was is the big steering pump under here, this big one in there, had gone all fucked, which is quite a common problem. Some people saying that's mainly what happens with it. The ball joints don't help it because they're worn to fuck, so it's kind of hard to keep in a straight line on the road. So I'm going to put some replacement ones of them. And of course the clutch had no fluid in, so this cylinder had dried and the slave cylinder underneath had dried up, so we bled it all through, got the clutch to release. Here's where you fill it up. This is why I've kept the cover off for now, just in case I need to keep filling it up until the whole system's full. Now, as you can see, there's still a bit in it, so you know, it's you've got to keep them filled up, otherwise the cylinders go to fuck. But I am going to put some new cylinders on it just to be sure. And so yeah, we got it going. We sorted the clutch out on it, but it was still, we sorted the clutch out, took it outside, but it was still very, very dangerous to drive, as in it wouldn't turn right at all. So we thought, fuck it. So we ordered the part in, and we left it outside for a bit. We ordered the part in. It hasn't been outside in about 2 years, 3 years. So we ordered the part in. We went and fitted it yesterday. Steered it. It steers okay. It's still a bit wobbly, like I said, because the ball joints and a few other things had gone on it. So but we got it home. As you can see, it's not much of a looker really. Compared to that one, it's nowhere near as nice. So we got it home, and everything like that. Now it is the turboed. I don't know whether they did a non-turbo, but this one is a turboed version. I have the pickup hook to go with it, and a few other bits. As you can see, it's on the 6-foot topper. This was to test how strong the hydraulics are, and fuck me, they are strong on this tractor. A few problems I need to sort out is, one, these arms here. I need to straighten these cases out because it actually stops the arms going down sometimes, even with this much weight on the back. It still pins them up. The wings could probably do with a repaint, which they'll probably get. But as you can probably look underneath and see, there is like no fucking rust. There's no rot, sorry, there's loads of rust, but no rot. This is surface rust and all the other jazz you get. It has quite a few leaks on the engine. There is an oil leak somewhere on it, a massive one, which shouldn't be too hard to sort out. We've got to take the bonnet off it today and have a look, because of course it's a non-open bonnet. You can take these side rails off, but there isn't a lot of use. Toolbox, battery tray. I've got the cover for it, so I'm going to refit that. I'm going to get some gunk cleaner and clean the whole fucking lot. It could probably do with a new wiring loom at some point as well. Front tyres are close to being gone, really. Compared to the backs are like perfect, but these are all fucked, so it could do with some new front ones. It could do with, like I said, just a good clean and a good grease, really. But the ball joints have gone on both sides, so it's having 2 new ones of them already. Now the turbo is up in there. There's the muffler. The turbo's that side, and you can probably see all the oil that's dribbling off it. We think it's the hose that's split because the turbo works, because when you boost it up you hear it whiz round, so we think it's the hose that's just gone. Maybe a seal or two, but whatever. Now some of you may want to know how much I paid for this rig. Hand on heart, I only paid £2 for it. So I paid 2,000 for it, which is quite a good deal. But like I said, it hasn't had the love that one's had. I paid £7 for that. and that you can tell that one's had so much been looked after. This one, I'm not saying this one hasn't been looked after, it's been in the shed, but like I said, it hasn't. No, they haven't looked. Whoever was like using it and that hasn't really bothered with the cab. As you can see, most of the interior's falling to bits, but there's no rot in this cab at all. All the panels and dash work. There's a bit of grass in here already. The reg plate broke, so we've already put a new one on it. But these are all supposed to have like covers on, and like this side is covered. But you can get all the upholstery off Agriline. I had a look. So in the winter, this cab will probably be reupholstered. The seat I'm going to get a new seat for it because it's stuck leaning back at this moment in time. But of course, it's got the big windows, a nice sunroof with the seal that's kind of shit itself. So a new one of them. I'm pretty sure up here is your fuses, somewhere up here, because I can't see where else they are. We've got radio, windscreen wiper for this door, windscreen wiper for this door, temperature if you want it hot or cold, fan, which all work. I've already put a steering knob on it to make it a bit easier because it is an absolute animal, like I said. Right, so coming over this side, you've got your gears, so it's first, third, fifth, seventh in low. Then it goes high is second, fourth, sixth, eighth. Yeah, pretty sure that's how it goes. And then this is your high and low, this big one. So move that one out the fucking road. That way is like sort of, that's reverse, that's low across the box, that's high. Got foot throttle, which is down there between the brake, hand throttle, clutch. It's got these big panel holes for the arms. I'm not entirely sure whether there's actually supposed to be a plate over them or that's just how they are. So you've got, I'm pretty sure this is for if you have a top link. What's it? Now there is another handle here, but it seems to have snapped off. I've got no idea, unless it's a setter, I think. But this is the one for your arm. So all the way back is up, all the way forward is down, which is different to that one, I think. No, it's the same, sorry. Back window, side windows, which open really well. The side windows have two settings, so if you lift them up, you can have them sort of semi-open or all the way open. As you can see, they need a fucking good clean. So if we turn the ignition key on, its temp gauge works and its fuel gauge works. The tachometer works vary, but it doesn't count the hours, it just counts how fast you're going. So I need to have a look at that. It's on 6054.4. You've got your four-wheel drive button, your heights, your lights, pull to stop, of course, 12-volt lighter there, hazards, but the things don't work, on, but that doesn't work, indicators don't work. I think it's a lot of its fuses. PCO lever, so pull it up, and then it'll engage. It does actually work, I've used it. So this one's not a start on the key. You push the clutch in, turn the key once. If you turn it again, it turns all your lights on. So turn it once. Now the pull to stop on this is a bit fucked. It needs looking at. It needs a spring on it really, because it doesn't actually spring back to neutral. Now sometimes it can be a bit temperamental with whether it actually wants to fucking work. I think the wiring to the starter is going, to be honest with you. So there you go. It runs and everything. Now sometimes I just turn it off, I just push it forward and then just pull it and it'll go straight to stop. And just turn the ignition key off, and that's your handbrake as well. But yeah, other than that, that's this. So if we have a look at some of the features in the 6.6, now the way you get out of this cab is quite different. Instead of just having a set of stairs, you basically walk forward onto the battery tray, and then you've got one step, two step down, and then you've got a handle there. So it's quite a big thing to get out of. It's also got the four-wheel drive shaft under there. There aren't actually many leaks. Of course, there's a few on the engine, and there's one on the back hydraulic somewhere, which is quite a big one. But I think we've had a good look, and we actually think it's the seal for this arm here, which is causing it to piss down because it's nothing else. So we'll get a few of them ordered. But like I said, in the winter it's going in and having quite a lot of work done. These lights will probably be all replaced. I'm probably going to put a set of work lights on it, LED ones. Now, if anyone has one of these tractors, where are the reg plates supposed to go? Because I've got it hung there. Are they supposed to mount to the wing, or are you supposed to have a thin one across the top of the cab? And the beacons as well, because I want to twin this one up. Do you mount the beacons to the side, or do they mount to the front? It's supposed to have wing mirrors on this as well. So yeah, are the beacons supposed to mount somewhere in there, or something else? I'll have a look, but if anyone knows, please let me know. So coming on to the 6.6, as you can see, the tyre proportion, with it being four-wheel drive, that one sits quite slanted back, this one sits quite square. But you can also see how big it is. And the reason these John Deeres have long bonnets is, here's the radiator. So this is actually where the end of the bonnet's supposed to be, which is what it is on that. As you can see, the radiator's there, then you've got a little bit left, and that's it. Well, in this it goes radiator, gap, air filter, fuel tank. So all this extra space has got everything in, but of course it has no hanging fuel tank like that one does. Which I don't know is a pro or a con. Whatever. It doesn't bother me where it has its fuel tanks, but that's why it has such a bigger bonnet on. You can also see it looks a lot bigger, but the Super Q cab is a lot more lighter. I don't know whether it's just because that one's covered in shit. So yeah, this one, they're both going to get washed today, because this one's finished the hay. Like I said, it baled its last field the other day, and now it's time to get them service ready for next year. So this one's going to have all the rust patches patched up. This one's just going to get painted, and that one was kind of bought as a backup. They are going to work together. Like, this one will probably have a rest off the mowing next year. That one will probably take over all the mowing, simply because it wants a good run. That's why it smokes so much, because it hasn't been used. It was used on a 3-foot topper once a year, so it's like new. As you see, all the oil leaks on this need doing. But then again, the cab is so much nicer on this. Like, all the upholstery is so smart in this one. But eventually that one will look the same, but like I said, I've got to just put some money into it. It'll have all new plastics and upholstery where it needs it. New seat. This one's not having a new seat because it's got the seat covers on, and the seat's pretty good on this. The problem with that one is I think the spring's locked up because it's fucking rough on the road. But yeah, I want to try and mount the beacons like I have on this one, like that one, but I'll have to see how you do that. And of course, it's got everything else, all the other features. It has the bigger link arms on it, this one does, than that one. But this one also it lifts higher. Like, that one doesn't lift very high, but I don't know whether it's because it sits back. But yeah, they are both good tractors. I won't pick one over the other. This one's been reliable to fuck. Like, it hasn't let me down at all. The only thing it needs is this leak at the front sorting, which it will have, and it'll have probably a new set of fan belts and all sorts of shit when it gets that done. And like I said, a bit of painting, mainly just round the cab, because the cabs on these are renowned for rotting quite easy. And then I'm going to buff it all the same colour. This one will have a new filter set all the way around it, so it'll have new oil filters, fuel filters, hydraulic filters. The air filter in this is okay. The air filter in that is fucked. It's black. It's like carbon black. So something is leaking into the air intake on this. Because as you can tell, this one doesn't have a standy up air filter like the other ones do. It actually has a small short one in there. I wonder if I can just... So to open these panels, you have to take these fucking springs off, which are like... Oh, fucking complaints, cunt. Are you going to play? Oh, there we go. We got the other one off, that'll do. So as you can see in here, there's a radiator up there, which is the oil one, and as you can see, something is leaking like fucking here. It's all around the edge of the air filter. The air filter is black inside, but as you could probably just see, I hope you can see, that the top of the air filter is just open. There is no pipe out the top, there is no hole in the bonnet for one, it's just open. So that means it gets loads of shit in it. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting a small one of these domed ones and just plonking it on top inside, just so if anything does spring a leak, it doesn't try and force oil through the fucking thing. So yeah, now the way the steering works on these is quite weird. The steering actually works off the hydraulic pump. So the steering on this is quite slow because it isn't, like this is direct pretty much because the pump is there and it feeds it straight down to the ram. This one has to pit the oil out the back end up into its separate pump, then through the front to the front again. So this one will turn quite quick. That's why the steering knob's on this one, so it turns a bit faster. It's great, it's alright, but that's it. So that is all I can think of with these two. They will be in videos together quite a bit. That one isn't going to get straight piped, simply because it is ear-piercingly loud already, but I might cut the muffler out of it. But this beauty's still going to stay straight piped. But yeah, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the two and the comparison. I'll let you know how they get on and how they go. And there'll probably be an update one when that one's been cleaned up. But so yeah, happy farming and goodbye.